Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to One-Eyed Likho.
Отблески пламени.
Flashes of
Жар
fire.
отсюда чувствую.
I can feel the heat from here. Well, you're probably starving after spending all this time in the afterlife. Let's go and check the exit first, you say? Then I can open this door for you. Thus foreshadowing that the exit is no exit. The feast. I learned that the mistress of the animals would only give her gifts to those who broke bread with her. No one could leave the land of the dead before fully becoming part of it. But that can only be done by consuming the food of the dead. Oh, we're gonna be force-fed, aren't we? Look at this fish.
Зачервело все.
It is all wormy.
Свистулька в виде медведя.
A bear whistle.
Не, это мне не пригодится.
I won't need it. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend that's not funny.
Икра красная.
Red caviar.
Икра черная.
Black caviar.
Икра заморская.
And from overseas,
Баклажанная.
eggplant caviar. Oh, we're eating in style. There's a mural down there. Maybe it's meant to serve as a hint?
Ишь ты, пол как проломила.
Just look at the size of this hole. I'm honestly impressed the match stayed lit during the descent. So much to see. Gold. I decided to go through the trials, even though I feared what awaited after. They were everywhere, and the temple was full of riddles. I followed the shadows and searched for answers among the golden murals of the sanctum. Precious gold, bright, yellow, sparkling, blinding, now dull and frozen in ice. The flesh of the world of the dead, so whispered my fellow travelers. Everything golden is connected to the faraway Sardom. Didn't the metal originate here? And isn't it from here that otherworldly forces pluck it? Treasure is more than just treasure, it's divine.
Отблески пламени. Похоже на те статуи с острова.
Looks like those
Думаю,
statues from the
стоит
island.
расспросить портного.
I think I should ask the tailor about it. The ones we put together to open the gate?
Опять эти звери.
Those beasts again. Let's have a proper look at them at the table. But we have to check the temple exit first. Yeah, you're really adamant about that. Maybe Likho didn't lock it, but opened it instead. We can choose our one answer.
И гостинцев в дорогу собрала.
Yeah, and left us some gifts for the road. We'll give it a proper look when we're back, and I didn't get to read that.
Вот это оттаял храм.
The temple is thawed, all right.
Порушила.
The ice must have fallen through.
Овчар какой-то.
A
Вон овец
shepherd
стрижет.
shearing his flock. And the artist had a field day with this. I mean, I keep talking about it, but I love how the environments are so saturated in meaningful imagery.
Вот и врата.
Here are the gates.
Открыть можешь?
Can you open them?
Это та самая изба.
That same Isba,
Разрушенный храм.
a collapsed temple. This whole path is predetermined. Howdy up there.
Глаз смотрит.
The eye is watching.
Нет,
No.
крепкая дверь.
It's sturdy.
От лиха проклятая. На 3
Likho
замка
put 3
затворила.
locks on it.
Крест, луна,
Cross, a
солнце,
moon, and a sun.
медный,
Copper,
серебряный,
silver, and golden.
золотой.
We
Ключи,
need to find the
стало быть,
corresponding
такие
keys
же
then.
нужны. Думаю, в храме должны
I'm
быть
guessing there should be
запасные.
spare ones in the
Погоди,
temple.
может,
Or
сковать
wait,
их? Ты ж
what about
кузнец.
forging the keys?
Для этого
You are a
форма
smith
нужна.
after all.
Сделаю,
I need
если
molds for
отыщем.
that.
Тогда
I'll
за
make the
дело.
keys if we find the molds. Well, what are we waiting for then? You. That never gets old. Why bother looking at those keys? Maybe you'll just jump off the bell tower instead. That's one way out. The windows aren't boarded, at least.
Как я выберусь?
But how can I escape with a broken neck?
Ну как тебе сказать?
Well, how to put it?
Есть один вариант.
It's one option.
Можно и вовсе без нее.
You can leave it aside, though. So what does happen if you die in the land of the dead? There's another chest here. And a stairwell down.
Пьют из этого, что ли? Может, портной знает?
Is it for drinking?
Спрошу в трапезной.
Maybe the tailor knows. I'll ask him in the refectory. Hey, tailor,
Этому кубку место в
this goblet
трапезной.
belongs in the refectory.
Как там будем,
We can discuss it
обсудим.
there. Okay, but I can't take it, though. Well, we can burn what's beneath these bells. Thankfully, it's directional. Left. Right. Middle. Middle. Left. Well, that sounds like it did something. Left, right, middle. Oh, there we go. 5891, and that reveals the key. Our first musical opening. 5891. These have been getting more difficult, but that was mercifully short. 5891. There we go.
Может, тут подсказки, как с ним бороться?
Maybe there are some hints about how to defeat her. I think we're pretty well hinted at now. Do. A long time ago, even before the Russians came to the Aral Sea, a Kazakh hero, Udum Batir, rode on horseback with 6 of his companions near Orsk. With his sharp eyes, Udum Batir noticed a tall man standing on the mountain far away, tending to his sheep. He rode closer and, to his horror, realized that before him was a giant, Du, with one eye in the middle of his forehead. The riders turned their horses in fear and tried to escape, but alas, the giant easily caught up with them, tied the unfortunates up with their hands behind their backs, and drove them home with the herd. Then Du chose the fattest of the prisoners, felt him all over, turned aside a huge stone that served as a door, and dragged his victim inside the cave. Soon, the people outside heard a desperate scream. Udum Batir exclaimed, Du stabbed our comrade! And that was the truth. When Du drove all the prisoners into the cave, they saw their comrade cut into 2 parts. Both pieces had been put on an iron spit and were roasting over a fire. Du blocked the entrance with a huge stone and sat all the others near the campfire. Du himself lay down on the other side, pressing his feet against the stone. It was plain he wanted to rest while the human meat was roasting. Once the giant fell asleep, Udum Batir said to his companions, The same fate awaits us, so bite through my ties with your teeth and free my hands. I know what to do. When Udum Batir's command was carried out, he freed his comrades, and together the prisoners tried to move the stone that blocked the exit. But the stone was so big that the task proved impossible. Then, Udum Batir came up with the following idea. He took the meat off the spit, put the spit in the fire, heated it, and stuck it into Du's one eye. Awakened in pain, the blinded giant began thrashing about in rage and kicked the stone away from the exit. The prisoners took advantage and ran away. That was a story with a bit less hubris involved. So, if we are to believe that the reason these are so redundant is because it wants to really make sure that we get it, well, maybe it'll be possible for us to not get away in the end. Maybe we will have to incorporate what we've learned from this morality tale, I should say. So we'll have to blind her, potentially escape using one of those sheep, or at least some other creature, and we'll probably be offered something on the way out when it seems like she's defeated. But it's important not to take it. Many have trod this path. We just need to make sure we paid attention. That's a goat being arrested for disorderly conduct. The ruins of what looks like it may be a temple. A giant iguana-looking lizard stalking the landscape. Come on. And the very same portrait that we saw beside the Tower of Skulls.
Будь я лихом,
I'd hide the key here if I were Likho. Why does this one look so familiar?
Разыщем.
We'll seek it out. I can't believe this is really what's going on in this game right now. Like, we just accept that our friend's severed head is riding around on a spider leading us through the underworld. There's the tree.
Это такой же короб, как от сказок, только
This is the
пустой.
same kind of tube we found
Поговорю
tails
с
inside
портным,
before.
как в трапезной окажемся.
I'll talk with the tailor about it when we reach the refectory.
Похоже, в этом коробе сказку
This looks like one of those
держали.
tubes holding the pages with the
Рассмотрим как
tails.
следует, когда
We'll give it a
время
proper
будет
look when we're back in the
трапезной.
refectory. Yeah, it's weird that you're like belaying all of our dialogue here.
Здесь не пройти.
Can't go there. Not yet, anyway. But we can potentially drop that stuff down. Don't go crumbling on me. The rope reaches up to there. And down to here.
Ну вот, прибыли.
Here we
Тут
are.
не пройти.
Can't go any farther this way.
Может, под
Wait,
завалом что
Maybe there's something
найдется.
under the rubble? Thought you'd never say so. Feel like any moment we're gonna set fire to the
Говори
forest.
уже, вот
Look,
рычаг.
I told you. Here's a
Надо было
lever.
тут рычаг дернуть.
If only someone
Это
could pull that
можно.
lever. I got this, he says.
Готово.
Ready?
Ржавый
It's
механизм
rusty, but it
работает.
still works.
Это что за агрегат?
What kind of
Мне
contraption
почем
is
знать?
that?
Уж не
How should I
ткацкий
know?
станок.
Not a weaver's
Похоже,
loom, I
его
tell you.
запустить можно.
I suppose we should
Только
start it,
деталь нужна.
but one part is missing.
Что-то не то.
Something's wrong, though. We need something to place in these. Masks, maybe?
Луны половина.
Waning moon. Or a half moon. You might go there.
Вон, за тем хламом
Look,
что-то
there's a glint
поблескивает.
behind that scrap.
Сейчас проверим.
These things may tell us if we've placed them correctly. Alright, let's burn some books to burn the rope and save us all. I said burn them. Is this a secret tested character?
Ну и странная
How strange.
штуковина.
I
Никогда
haven't seen
такой
anything
не
like this
видел.
before.
Тут запчасти
There's some
какие-то.
spare parts here.
Ой, не
I don't get
разберусь.
it.
Я видел одну
I
запчасть.
saw
за
one part
книгой.
behind those books. Yeah, that's what I'm
Сжигай их.
trying to do. Burn them. That's what I'm trying to do. Does it need to just land perfectly on top of them? Geez, it likes to roll off. There we go, finally. Right, here's another.
Месяц.
The crescent moon. Mistress of the universe. I saw the mistress of the animals in all her glory. The shadows praised her. The animals all listened to her. From the smallest worm to the mighty lion, king of the animals. The temple was resplendent with her might. The sun rose over her right shoulder, and the moon to her left. I understood she had power over many things, from the tiniest flecks of ash to the glimmering stars in the sky. I saw the mistress of the animals sunken in her oblivion. The walls of the temple were barren, the once regal halls overcome with rot and decay. The bright face of the goddess was distorted by madness. I was connected with her, as was everything else around us. We have lost her gifts, and she has lost her power. If only I could thaw the river of fire. So this benefits her as well. If we can drop your chain,
Мне бы вон тот предмет.
I'd like to have that thing.
Господи.
I hope I can get it.
Ну и странная штуковина.
How strange.
Никогда
I haven't
такой
seen
не
anything like this
видел.
before. Okay, no, you're just trying to give me hints again. You get it? Thank you very much. Actually, where?
Диво.
Wait. Wondrous.
Готово.
Yes. Oh, it's floating here.
Часть Луны.
There we go. Now. You there. Which leaves only you.
Готово. Теперь понять бы, как эта штука
Now I have to
работает.
figure out how this thing works.
Царство Иисуса.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the sky is turning. Now this is an observatory. Anything else? I'm just worried very much about missing something. So we've rotated the sky. Maybe that improves our chances using a constellation to get things done. Well, look, we already burned the rope. So now something should have dropped down over here, right? There we are. You're brave walking on this, I'll give you that. The blinding. The shades were following the steps of the ancient rite, and I followed them. The colder the temple became, the more monstrous the rite. Its shine faded, like gold covered with snow. The shades found the threads of life that could lead them back to their original worlds, but the threads were destroyed in the mistress's gaze, trapping them in her frozen abode. Performing the rite would require first averting her stare, and there was only one way to do that. Starlight glinted on the golden blades. If we come down here for a better look,
Красота.
marvelous.
Вот тот лес
Here it
темный.
is,
Тут
the
огненная
dark
река.
forest.
Там
Here the
дерево
river of fire
какое-то.
flows.
А луна-то.
There's a tree there, and look at the moon. I've learned better than to look at the moon. Also, we've already done the other thing, so... Ooh. No wonder I couldn't find it. It's a black void in the sky.
Век глядел бы, глаз
I'd look
не
at it forever if I
спущу.
could. This game does certainly have a knack for awe-inspiring visuals, doesn't it? The incantation. All those who followed the path of the right knew the secret words. They had learned them by heart on starry nights, whispering to themselves, passing them down to their children in the darkness. I heard and remembered the words. Now I knew the ancient magic too. Behold the eye of the Lord. You have guests.
Пойдем вправо. Глянем, что
Let's go
там
right
за
and check out that
разрушенный
collapsed
купол.
dome. That dome? I'm just doing another look for chests. Like this one right here. Okay. So I'm seeing eyes on the bird creatures across the way. So 2, 1, 5, 1. Let's try it. There we go. I'm glad I stopped to look around some more. The dog head. Okay, so we got the dog heads and the dog head. Is this a prequel or a sequel? How they came together or how they fell apart? A Muscovite was on his way home from military service. He found himself in the hut of a dog-headed man. But the dog head was not at home. He was out tending to his sheep. That Muscovite ate his fill and hid in the hut. The dog head soon drove the sheep back. He drove them into the yard and then went into the hut. As soon as he entered, he sensed that someone was in and started looking. He found him and said, "Well, now I'm going to eat you." But the Muscovite said, "Don't eat me. I'll give you your other eye, since you only have one." The doghead said, "All right, put it in and you'll be good." So the Muscovite took an iron rod and heated it. Then he blinded the doghead's good eye. The doghead began shouting and searching for him, but the Muscovite sneaked out into the yard and clung to the belly of one of the rams. The doghead started letting the sheep out of the yard. He stood at the gate and felt each sheep by hand. So he was touching them and saying, "Not this one, not here." As soon as they were out, the Muscovite released the sheep and cried, "You can't get me!" And he ran away home. These stories are very similar, but one thing that does change somewhat frequently is the ending, which is what's making me speculate that maybe we have some power to change ours. Welcoming us down, are you?
Рано уходим.
We're leaving too soon.
Лихо припрятала ключ
I'm
на
thinking Likho
крыше.
might have hidden the key on the roof. On the roof? Hey, I didn't notice you before. It's like the very beginnings of a carved man sitting amid the rubble. Wait, there's something
Чудской
here.
божок. Думаю,
Shud
портной
God.
про него знает.
The tailor should know
Спрошу, как
more.
в трапезной будем.
Well, we can always ask you a bit later. Maybe these things will unlock in the form of dialogue options. I hope so. I hope I'm not missing something. I'm still not sure what moving the sky actually enabled.
Гляди, ключ
Look,
висит на
there's a
паникадиле.
key hanging from the
А
chandelier.
вот туда попал.
I wonder how it got there.
Мне почем знать?
How should I
Лихо,
know?
может, закинула.
Maybe it's all
Чтоб нам
Likho's
не сбежать
doing
было.
to prevent our escape.
Я тоже так думаю. Как
thought
добираться
so.
будем?
How are we going to get it,
Давай-ка
though?
ползи по цепям.
Go crawl along those chains and get it.
Нет, шатко
No,
слишком.
too
И
flimsy.
прицеплен
And it
поди
looks firmly
крепко.
stuck there.
Давай попробуем
Let's try to get the chandelier
скинуть.
down. Oh, we're in the area above that space. The Great Sacrifice. Oh, I got the achievement for reading 25 manuscripts. I knew the rite would end with a sign of death, and I dreaded the hour of reckoning. I saw how the shades were mutilated, and I knew I would be dealt the same fate. But there is no other way. The moment of the Great Sacrifice is nigh. Certainly feels that way. Come on. Die, little Skelejar. I love that so much. We can cut this open. Oh, it's a little chain game.
Цепи держат
Chains are
паникодила.
holding the chandelier in place. Okay. And here's you.
Бык,
A bull,
орел,
an eagle,
крыльями с ворон,
a raven,
медведь,
and a
дурной
bear.
какой-то.
So they all walk into a bar. Oop. Yep, we've got a... Oh, I see. We can rotate these things. And we can remove the things that show us the chains. Okay, we'll mess with you in a little bit. Open this one as well. And now these are all ready to be messed with. But we're not quite done yet. Because I'm not doing anything until I figure this out. I think these can be lit. Thank you very much. It's all about the preparation. And also I'm procrastinating. What is it about their eyes? I mean, that almost makes it look like 1111, so there's clearly something else to it. Is there anything else around that would show us?
Купол развален.
The dome collapsed. The thing around their eyes looks like a flame. Okay, well, that was... I didn't expect that to actually work. Alright, well, we gotta do it to all of you then. I hope I'm not jumping the gun and making this... they're not gonna make it so that it's like, okay, if you don't notice something the one time, you can't do this puzzle, right? They're not gonna do that. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was the hint. It was literally showing us what we had to do, but by now we've seen so many curved wings that it literally just... you tune out the shape. 2917. 291. Ah, my god, there's always one. There's always one where it goes beyond. 7. Alright, let's read the same fairy tale again. Dev and Gabdala.
Дальше вся книга пустая.
A long time ago it was. 3 old men boarded a raft and set off for the pilgrimage to Mecca. They had a kettle with them. They landed on one of the islands and made a bonfire out of their raft and boiled some tea. As they were drinking the tea, a huge old man suddenly appeared before them. A dev. Oh, he could give them so many cheat codes. He had a single eye in the middle of his forehead. The dev was seeing the wanderers for the first time, but he knew them all by name. Gatala, Garifala, Gabdala, come pay me a visit, he called to them. What else could they do? They went to visit. The dev brought them to his place and locked them all in a stone shed. He decided to eat them one by one, for he was an ogre. He ate Gadala for breakfast. He devoured Garifala for lunch. Gabdala did not want to wait for his terrible fate. He made a hole in the shed and managed to get out. So he saw the dev lying asleep on his back near a burning stove with his belly out. Gabdala seized the moment. He took a red-hot frying pan from the stove and burned the dev's only eye with it. He quickly ran away. The dev rose up with a mighty roar and started chasing the old man. And they ran. Oh, how they ran. The dev, having lost his only eye, couldn't see a thing. Though he kept tripping and stumbling, he didn't fall behind. Before locking them in the shed, he had put on the finger of each prisoner a ring with a bell. He ran after the sound of this bell. He knew where Gabdula was. He was just about to catch him. So, Gabdula took out a knife, cut off his finger along with the ring, and thus escaped. The dev was left with nothing, and shouted after the old man, "You're lucky, Gabdula guy. You managed to be rid of me." These things are starting to trend more successful the further we go. But now we've got to figure out how to drop this thing. Oh, look, there's a glowing piece here. Ah, it worked. I need to cut the rest of the chains. All right. Well, some of these lead to things I can't really interact with, but we've got at least 2 more pillars open. We just need to find the right spot. There we are. 2 chains are cut. Only 1 left. Not quite. Not quite. There we are. Look, it's falling. The key's fallen off. Let's go down. Are we gonna try that jumping thing from earlier? No, perhaps not. What a racket the chandelier makes. I hope Likho didn't hear it. Scared she might finish your head, too? Me? Scared? It's you my heart bleeds for. Well, maybe I don't have a heart anymore, but I am concerned about you. Can we maybe find something beneath all this? A Russian nesting doll. Matryoshkas with different eyes. I'll ask the tailor about them when we get to the refectory. You know what? Let's just save everything for later. We don't need to examine anything in the moment. She is mistress of the animals. Prometheus burns 616 objects. I wouldn't have guessed it was anywhere near that many, but I guess it counts every little thing. The key fell down somewhere between the columns. Right there. And she, if you'll recall, was right there. I have one more look around. I love this refectory. It's cozy, and you can chat in here. If you ever want to discuss things, feel free to join me at the table. Here, this is a nice spot. We're really just going to sit and discuss the events as we've encountered them. Sit down, have a rest. The refectory is a quiet, tranquil place. We can have a chat here if you'd like. And what shall we talk about? About smithing or decoration? Or thumbnails? There are plenty of peculiar items in the temple. Take this bear whistle, for example. So, what do you want to talk about? What about the bear whistle for? Ah, the devil only knows. I have a guess what that is. This is a toy, belonging to someone who was here before us. A child here? Frightening thought. To hell with this whistle. If you want to discuss something bizarre you found, bring it here. So, what do you want to talk about? The tetramorph. Do you know what these beasts are? These 4? A lion, a bull? Yes, I saw them. An eagle and an angel, too. Who are they, and why are they here? Indeed. And what do you think?
Но не знаю.
Symbols?
Они свое значение
They
несут
convey a
какое-то.
meaning.
Может,
Maybe
ты
Likho wants to
рассказать
tell us
что-то
something?
хочет? Вот лев, например.
There,
Символ
a
власти,
lion, for
так?
example, is a symbol of power.
А
Well, what of
орел
it?
тоже вроде
An eagle is a symbol of
власти.
power as well. Or flight?
Или полета.
Devil
Ай,
only
да
knows
бес
what
его
Likho
разберет, это
means.
лихо.
Ну я уж точно не
Well,
разберу.
I don't know for sure.
Ладно, ладно. Это,
Okay, okay.
знаешь что про
So,
животных-то?
do you know anything
Я
about
только
those
про
beasts?
орла слыхал.
I've only heard a story about the
Хочешь,
eagle.
расскажу?
Want to hear it?
Ну давай,
Spit it out.
послушаем.
Старая история.
It's an old one.
Как-то
Once upon a
раз
time, a
охотник
hunter caught an
поймал
eagle and
орла
decided to kill
и
it.
хотел было убить. Но тот взмолился,
But the eagle
мол, не
spoke.
убивай,
"Don't kill me," it
бросить
said,
кормить.
and then it asked the hunter to feed it for the next 3 years.
Охотник согласился.
The hunter agreed, and he fed it for 3 years.
Все
Spent
деньги
all his money on the
изъял.
bird.
Осталось
The larder was emptied out,
а в
and there were still
закромах
3 days
пусто.
left.
Ну, делать нечего.
Well, what could he do?
Охотник отсек, слышь,
The hunter
свою
cut off his
левую
left arm and
руку
fed
и
it to the
скормил
eagle.
орлу.
That saw them through the remaining days.
3 года.
Ну и что, орел?
And what did the eagle do?
Ничего.
Nothing.
Улетел
Flew away or
или
something.
еще что.
Maybe gave something to the
Подарил
hunter.
охотнику что-то,
Or the hunter
наверное.
cooked it?
Не
I can't recall.
Может, его охотник и сжег.
Thank you, that was very
Вот такая
informative.
история.
That's how the story goes.
О чем хочешь побеседовать?
So now what? The ram.
Вон какой предмет
What a
необычный.
peculiar item.
Это ритон.
It's a rhyton, a drinking vessel. Greek, I think.
Греческий. Помнишь первую сказку?
Do you remember the first tale?
Тоже ведь греки.
There were Greeks in that one too, right?
Там были.
It also had
Много
sheep.
историй.
There are lots of
Всё из
tales,
головы у меня
and they're all here in me head.
Я вот думаю,
I've been thinking,
о чем они, эти сказки?
What are all those tales
Какой
about?
в них смысл?
What's the point of them?
Не знаешь?
I would say... It's torn between trials and symbol.
Они про испытания.
They're about trials.
Сильный всегда
The
уходит от
strong
лиха.
always escape from
Во
Likho.
всех сказках по-разному.
Every tale tells it
Но и
differently,
похоже
but
все опять-таки.
at the same time, they're pretty similar.
Может, это от сказки
That's the thing.
зависит.
Maybe it
Или
depends
у
on the
них
tale,
всех смысл
or maybe
один.
they're all the same.
Кто его задал?
Who
Тот,
decided?
кто
The
рассказал?
one who told them?
Или кто
Or
записал?
the one who wrote them
Или
down?
она обретает смысл,
Or does it
когда
all come to
её
you as you're
слушаешь?
listening to it?
Вот если я расскажу,
What if I tell a
Ты
tale,
помер.
but you're dead? So
может,
what?
и это не важно.
Is that really important? Well, I guess dead men do tell tales.
Слушатель помер.
Maybe the hearer is long
Тебя
dead as well.
послушать, так все мертво.
Everything is
Понять,
dead according to
конечно,
you.
можно.
You may have a point.
Ну,
Yeah.
о чем хочешь побеседовать?
You know, I'm glad we picked this up because it may be some of the most important dialogue in the game. Scroll.
Гляди, нашел
Look,
штуковину
I
эту.
found this thing,
На
but someone's
страницу
grabbed the
кто-то
page
до меня
before me.
забрал.
Ага,
A
ценная
precious
небось.
find, I bet.
Что на этих страницах?
What's on those pages?
Небылицы?
Tales?
Все про лихо
All about Likho, it
похоже.
seems.
Я ж говорю,
Like I said,
царица,
she's Tsaritsa, an
государица,
empress of all,
по всем землям
wandering
ходит.
across every land.
Или ходило.
Or she
Ну
used to
да,
be.
ну да.
Yeah, well,
Мертвецам с
it's a
этим
little more
делом
difficult once you're dead.
сложнее. А если мы
And if we
воскреснем,
return to life,
оно, стало быть,
she'll
тоже?
return with us too,
Может,
won't
не
she?
стоит эти замки отворять?
Maybe we should stop unlocking these locks? Hey, we can go our separate ways once we're out of here.
Ты как думаешь, кузнец?
What do you
Я
think,
эту
Smith?
чертовку повидал.
I've seen that
Теперь
hag.
пора нам наружу.
It's time to get out.
Останется оно тут, нет?
I don't care if she
Не
stays
моё
here or
дело.
not.
Хорошо тебе говорить.
It's easy for you to say, Smith.
Ну,
So,
о чем
Now
хочешь
what?
побеседовать?
I hadn't considered that. I mean, it makes sense from her appearance, but she is actually dead. But she did once walk the earth. How about these matryoshkas, the nesting dolls?
Смотри, чудные
Look at these odd
какие.
things.
А, матрешки.
Ah, matryoshkas.
Мне про сказки
They remind me
твои
of those tales of yours.
Почему?
Я
Why?
вижу, что думаю.
I was thinking,
Была ли
is
там
that grand tale
сказка?
really a thing?
Что за просказка?
What grand tale?
Сказки-то похожи.
Well,
Вот
all
у
those
тебя
tales are
в
similar.
книге.
In your book,
Может, у
too.
них сказка мать
Maybe they all
есть.
come from a mother
А
tale,
ну уж кто что
and then
гораздо
people did the
сочинить.
rest. Totally possible.
Похоже на то.
Looks
Так,
like
а
it.
что это было?
What
Или
was it,
то
though?
не сказка была?
Or was it a tale,
Может,
even?
предание,
Maybe
видишь,
it was, you know,
И про
a
что?
legend?
Этого уже
About
не
what?
узнать.
We'll never know. And it doesn't matter. One tale is drawn from another, and it goes all the way back to the original source. Like Matryoshkas, see? It's just that some of the dolls are rotten, and some lost. Now, go and try to find the core. Like this. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I've been saying. These things get telephoned through the ages, but it seems like every culture tells some variant of the same story. And Russian culture tells a lot of variants of the same story. Carved
Гляди, что
bead.
отыскал.
Look what I found. Oh, an ancient thing. But it's brand new in comparison to your tales. So, I've looked into this book of yours. The tales are similar in a way. Yep. And not only those tales, others as well.
Может и так.
Well, you may be right. Every one of them has a dark forest, a hut, and a crooked old woman.
А в конце пир
Yeah,
на весь мир.
and there's a feast of
Как
feasts at the
иначе?
end. That's a given.
Ты к чему?
Why are you telling me this? It's just the same with the two of us.
И впрямь похоже.
Indeed. And what do you think?
Видать и правда в сказку
We
попали.
find ourselves in a tale of our own, it seems. A fine tale, I'm sure. Well, I'm only a head, so all I have is thoughts. Spider's yarn. So if we're really in a tale, it's not clear what version it is. Are we in a past, present, or future tale? The obvious answer is present. We're forging it as we go.
Это
Why?
как это?
Why do you say that? That's how it is. If we're in a past tale, it's Likho who made this adventure up for us. If we're in a present tale, it belongs to someone else. And if we're in a future tale, it's up to you to tell it. Well, then let's do the one that gives us agency.
Известно, в будущем.
It's clear as day we're
Как
in a
я в
future
деревне
tale.
доложу, что увидел.
It'll be conceived
Вот
back in the
сказка
village when I recount what I found.
Расскажу все, что видел.
I'll tell about what I
Да
saw,
лишнее умолчу.
omitting some
Про
parts,
остров там.
about the
про
island
прялки.
or spinning
Тебя
wheels.
заменю на волка.
I'll switch
Или
you
на
out with a
клубок
wolf or a
какой-то
ball of
приличный.
yarn. Something more
Вот, глядишь, и
decent.
получится добрый
May pass
рассказ.
for a good tale after that.
заменишь?
How could you replace me? There's no tale without me.
Ну,
So,
о чем
now what?
побеседовать?
I think we're done, but you've really taken that to heart. You're already thinking about how you're going to tell it. But this game really does revel in the passage of legends throughout the ages, doesn't it? The fact that things change, the difference, the disconnect between the one it happened to, the storyteller, and the receiver. And I love that. I love how this whole thing is an exploration of these legends, yes, but also a celebration of them and what makes them. It's the uncertainty that makes them what they are.
Пока нечего
We've got
обсуждать.
nothing more to discuss.
Найдешь что интересное?
If you find something unusual, bring it here.
Слушай, кузнец.
Hey, Smith,
Хорошо
we're sitting
сидим.
pretty here.
Может, разомнемся и
Want to warm up with a game of dibs? I don't know what that is, but we're playing, we're gaming here, so let's check it out.
В бабке.
Dibs?
Да
Here?
есть одно местечко.
Yep, there's a
Пойдем
place.
покажу.
Follow me, I'll show you.
Избушка, избушка.
Izbushka, Izbushka, open thy gates.
Открывай.
Ha, it's opening.
Пойдем вниз.
Let's go down.
Видишь, тут ларец.
See? There's a chest here. Went around in dibs and I'll tell you the combination. Oh no, I'm gonna have to learn how to play this. Do you remember the rules?
Расскажи-ка.
Refresh my memory.
Битку прямо по
You
бабке.
throw the stone right at the
У тебя
dibs.
3 броска.
You have 3 throws.
Забьешь 7
If you knock
бабок
down
за
7
три
dibs,
броска.
you'll win.
Победа твоя.
So we need collateral. Okay. Many have died here. I don't believe this. Well, that was no good. Not even close. Nope.
Промазал.
Well, we're not gonna get that.
Не каждый же день
You
выигрывать.
can't win all the time. No, but I can keep trying. Nope.
Дима,
Nope. We really need to hit all 3. There's no room for
не
adjustment.
каждый же день выигрывать.
You have to be perfect each time. Are you kidding me?
Промазал. Еще 5 собьешь и приз твой.
Okay, I need to know precisely where each one is going. I need landmarks, is what I need. Okay, so that edge there. That lip, oh come on, a little below that lip.
Пойдешь. Попробуй еще.
Got pretty close that time. Alright, that spot there.
Сбил 3 штуки.
Space below the lip.
Еще 2 собьешь и победа
And...
твоя.
Are you
Не
kidding?
переживай, еще получится.
Up there, by the ropes.
Сбил
Good
3
start.
штуки.
You there,
Одна
and
осталась.
you... This should work. There.
Поздравляю.
Congrats, you're the
Победа
winner.
за тобой.
Well, since
Я
you
уже
can't really play
вытащил
yourself,
обещанную отгадку.
I've already given you the solution I
Вот
promised.
на той бересте.
There on that birch bark. I had been calling them scrolls, but yeah, it hadn't even occurred to me this is written on tree bark. Makes sense, though. Oh, good sons of Argus, Brontes, and Steropes? Uranus and Gaia are your ancestors. Your element is fire. Great smiths of lightning and thunder, compatriots of Pyrrhocmen and Polyphemus. Your eye is the sun. Your herds are plenty, like clouds before thunder. Let your people live forever. Let your children know no evil. I was looking for like a 4-digit code, guy. We can see some more treasures down there. Wait. Look at that. I can see numbers there. That looks like a 6. That like a 9. That perhaps a 7 in the thunder. And I don't know what's up there. A 2. Okay, so we use this to figure out the order then. Fire, lightning, sun, and clouds. So, wait, so then 9, 7, unless that's a 6, 9, 7, 6, 2? That's where we're starting anyway. Not quite. Unless we're meant to take the whole thing. That could very loosely be a 3. That could very loosely be a 3. It is! This feels like one that I could have gotten stuck on for a very long time. I guess I should just count myself fortunate. Odysseus find 15 tales. The kingdom of Babel. He walked for a week. He walked for a month. He walked for a year. Then one fine morning he came to an open field, and in that field stood a giant, enormous house. He sat down on a rock and thought to himself, "Who lives here? A Tsar? Or some foul fiend? A man can die but once. Best go and test my luck." Literally an ancient YOLO. He went in, wandered through the halls. No one in sight. He started tidying up a spot for himself, then slipped under the stove where he wouldn't be seen. Suddenly he heard footsteps outside. The whole house trembled. They entered the hall. The house began swaying from corner to corner. The doors creaked open, and a voice boomed. "Foo, foo, foo. Barsakov, you jerk. You have wronged my sister. For that, I'll give you a cruel death." A man entered. Barsakov threw himself down and pleaded, "Please, stranger, spare me. I'll be your slave and servant till death." The man relented, softened, and let him be. Now Barsukov spoke again. "I've come a long way. I'd like something to eat and drink." "Go then," said the man, "to the back room. Fetch my jug of wine, a tubful for me, a modest glass for yourself." "Well," he said, "I couldn't bring you a whole tubful for you, let alone a jug." The man replied. Instantly he jumped up, scurried away, and grabbed the jug of wine, the tub, and a regular teacup. Then he poured the wine into the tub for himself, and into the cup for Barsukov, and drank. They got drunk and started talking. It turned out the old man was a fighter, and been away dueling opponents. "You know, Barsukov," he said, "no one in the world has bested me. I have one bane. The sight in my right eye is poor." At that, Barsukov said, "I could heal it for you, but I'll need to tie you up first. You're a strong man. When the pain comes over you, you could tear me apart." Not a literal cyclops, but an effective one. The old man had a yard full of goats. "I have 3 rawhide strips," he replied, "and an iron bed chained to the wall." The old man lay on the bed, and Barsukov tied him with one of the strips. The old man had already locked the doors and gates tight. When Barsukov finished tying him, he said, "Try to move. We'll see if the bonds hold." The old man stretched out, and the strip tore apart. "No, that's no good," said Barsukov. "You'll tear me apart when the pain comes over you." "The other 2 are over there. Tie me up with both at once," replied the old man. He took those and tied him up once more. "Stretch out again." He stretched and strained, but couldn't break them. Barsukov searched the rooms and found a hunk of lead, a bucket, and a scoop. He melted the lead and came back to the old man. "Open up your good eye and watch me heal you," he said. When the old man opened his left eye, he poured the hot lead onto it. The old man screamed in pain, ripping apart the rawhide strips. Now he was blind in both eyes. Barsukov ran out into the yard. Every goat screamed, "Here, here, Grandpa, here he is," when he tried to hide under their bellies. The old man was getting tired. He ran over to each screaming goat, but Barsukov would already be gone. Then, in a rage, he started throwing the goats over the fence. Barsukov realized there were not many goats left in the yard. So, he'll throw everyone out and then go for me. He spied a big, woolly kid. He scrambled under his belly and grabbed his fur tightly. The kid cried, "Grandpa, I'm holding him, I'm holding him." They've adapted. The old man grew even angrier, ran to the kid, grabbed it, and threw it along with Barsukov over the fence. Barsukov felt sick and dizzy, but it was a small price to pay. He got up, dusted himself off, and said, "Well, you crooked old dog, here I am." That's what Barsukov was like. "Now look here. When you get to the Tsar, give him this knife as a gift from me," the old man replied. "What are you up to, you crooked dog? I can do it. You just keep your distance. Stay 100 meters away." The old man jabbed the knife into a tree and backed off 100 meters. Barsukov came up to the knife and admired its rich ornamentation. It was covered in gold and gems. He saw that the knife was magical, and he couldn't just take it in his hands. So he tried with just his little finger and seized it. The knife screamed, "I got him, Grandpa! Come at once!" Barsukov realized his peril. He was stuck fast, and the old man was almost upon him. He remembered his own knife on his belt, so he sliced off half his little finger, saying, "Here, you crooked dog. That's quite enough for you." Interesting how he's still drawn as a Cyclops in the illustration. There it is. Feels an awful lot like a trap. We're so close to the end. Could this be the thing that grabs me? Forces me to remove my own hand?
Золотой ключ.
The
Солнце
golden key.
ясное.
Shining sun. Oh, we've got it. Now we need to open that gate in the back. I like that the game gives you these moments to just sort of take everything in. It's sort of a horror game, but it's more than that as well. It really is just a dark adventure, is more how I would describe it. There's our golden key.
Первый замок открыт.
The first lock is open.
Же выберемся.
We'll get out of here. I told you.
Так не пойдет.
No, we need more keys. You can
Добраться
open
можешь
this.
до того рычага?
Can you reach that lever?
Глаз подходящий.
Yeah, I can squeeze through
Сей
there.
момент.
One moment.
Готово.
The way you skitter across the ground is so... it's the bad kind of ticklish.
Вот так кузница.
Now that's a
Плохо расскажу,
forge.
не поверят.
Nobody would believe me if I told them about it.
Снега как не
It's so
бывало.
hot in here. Not a trace of snow.
Форма для ключа.
Look, I'm a forge.
Кажись, для медного.
Key mold.
Да с
For a
этим я
copper key, I
управлюсь.
imagine.
Только тут второй половины
I can do
этой
this.
формы
I
нет.
just need to get the other
Ну,
part.
иметь нужна.
And I'll need some
Думаю,
copper,
всё
too.
должно быть поблизости.
Should be around here, methinks.
Запасливая
Because the
Гриша.
saving sort she is.
Узоры чудские.
Shud carvings.
Давняя
Old
работа.
work. Ancient
Древняя.
even.
Из лиц этих льется
Molten rock is pouring
раскаленный
out of the
камень.
faces.
Одноглазое лицо.
A one-eyed
Это
face.
лихо, не
It's
иначе.
Likho, no less. Certainly loves the self-imagery. What is this?
А вот и руда медная.
Here's some copper ore. Everything right here where we need it. Heart and sacrifices. Snake and... Snacrifices? Oh, I see. We need to weigh things together. Fingers have always been sacrifices. Oh. Okay, so you guys go there, and you there. I understand.
Со второй половины
And there's the
смогу
mold.
сделать медный ключ.
Yeah, you should have just about all you need, right? We
Так,
place here the copper
металл
ore.
есть. Чтобы ключ сковать, нужна руда. И вторая... Ага, форма для плавки есть.
Have the mold now.
Ну, думаю, сгодится.
That'll do, I guess.
Конечно, сгодится. Над
Sure,
Йором
it'll
лучше
do.
некуда.
Shiny and brand new.
Ишь, медь красная какая.
Copper is quite red.
Отлично.
Splendid.
Медный ключ
Got the
у
copper
нас.
key.
Сразу пойдем отворять.
Shall we go and open it now? I think so. You know, that's really clever. I don't know if I've ever seen a protagonist in a game like this just decide, we're gonna make our own key. And well, we brought the skills. That's what makes our backstory relevant in this tale. There'll still be one more beyond this.
Второй замок открыт.
The second lock is open. We have one more left to do. Oh, there we go! Alright, made it seem like the thing was over. So now you're full. We've got to make sure we icy. Now you're... that just shifted you over to the other side.
Похоже, верно вращаешь.
You're turning it in the right
Фонари
direction.
зажигаются. Уже второй горит.
Okay, we can see that that's our new goal, I guess? It's about halves and partials. Maybe we can And now we need just you. There's our silver key.
Ага. Вот и серебряный
Here's the silver key. And now we can get out of
Со мной
here.
не пропадешь и в
Told
храме
ya.
Лиха.
You'll be alright as long as you're with me. Even in the Likho temple. Here we go. Oh boy, just in time for our lights to go out. Enjoying the snowmelt? The ancient rite.
Что?
What?
Это никакой не выход.
That's not a way out at all!
Еще нет, но скоро, скоро.
Not yet, but very soon.
Стой!
Wait! Where are you going?
Можно бросить обряд.
You can't abandon the right just like that.
Что завещали предки?
Remember the legacy of the elders.
Увидишься с ним.
You'll see them.
Ты готов, кузнец?
Ready, Smith?
Кузнец!
Smith!
Кузнец!
Smith!
Кузнец! Ты его разбудил.
You woke her up,
Ты нашел все ключи.
found all the keys,
И отворил ими
opened the
врата.
gates with them.
Теперь пожинай
Now
плоды.
reap the reward.
Вот око Господне.
Behold, the eye of the Lord.
Оно идет.
It's coming.
Оно близко.
It's close.
Полая спина
Hollow
мясо
back,
размокла.
soggy meat,
Ломкие кости,
brittle
спина
bones,
червями изъедена.
gnawing maggots.
Стражница
O
огненной
guardian of the
реки.
river of fire,
У тебя гости!
you have visitors.
Услышь меня во
Hear me in the
тьме
darkness of the
могилы.
grave.
Вставай во мраке,
In the darkness,
внемли
rise.
древнему
Heed the ancient
заговору.
incantation.
Выползай,
Crawl out from the sod of
выползай
Mother
из
Earth,
земли сырой,
through the cemetery
через
gates.
кладбищенские ворота, через темный лес за реку,
Through the dark
под
forest,
черной луной.
across the river, under the black moon.
У тебя гости!
You have visitors.
У тебя гости.
You have visitors.
У тебя гости. 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 У тебя гости.
Feed me first.
Накорми меня!
You've learned from the tales. You're right. You can't talk with someone who's starving. Open your bright eyes. Behold, the funeral feast of an ogress.
Здравствуй.
Good day,
Бабушка.
grandmother.
Мы пришли
We've come
ночевать
to
к
pass
тебе.
the night under your roof. Good. You're just in time. You have passed through the belly of the dead man, solved my riddles. Now it's time to be reborn. Bring the flame to the land of the living.
Да, как скажешь,
As
бабушка.
you say, Granny,
До сих пор плутаешь во
still
мраке,
lost in the dark,
но скоро
but you'll be
преобразишься.
changed soon.
Твой путь
Your path has been
предначертан
predetermined
тысячами
by thousands of your forefathers.
Они шли здесь
They were
до
here before you
тебя.
and came out changed.
Вышли уже другими. Взгляни на
Look at me,
меня,
Smith.
кузнец. На левом
The bright
плече
crescent moon is on my left shoulder,
месяц ясный, на правом
and the red sun on my right one.
красное.
Вот и повидались с
So,
тобой.
now we've met.
Я просто хочу
I just want to get
выбраться.
out.
Ты мертв навек
You're forever dead and
и
buried,
навек погребен, а воскреснешь
and you can be resurrected only through sacrifice.
через жертву, но другим
You'll be changed.
не как был.
Да что уж там,
All
бабушка.
right, Granny. I'm ready.
Готов я.
С тобой
You and I will breathe life back into the ancient words,
слова, и вновь
and the tale will travel around the world once again.
о старых днях предание. Зато
It's how you live.
там венец,
For this, I'll give you a crown of sunset gold,
властью
and it will grant you the power to rule forever over the ancient realms.
навеки одарит.
Don't touch anything you offer
Не
us.
надо мне, бабушка.
I don't need it, Granny.
Неужто нехорош тебе
Don't you like
дар?
my gift?
Ты полон новых
You're full of new beginnings,
что древний смысл
new ideas that
прячет.
conceal the ancient
Забыл
knowledge.
твой род и
Your kind
злейшее
forgot the eternal meaning
значение, когда ты вновь
when you sing songs to your son.
споешь, поймет ли сын
Will he understand
твое
them?
предание, чтоб новым
To help other
кузнецам
blacksmiths yet to come,
дарю тебе младенца,
I give you an infant made of chud gold.
людского.
You have no idea how funny that
Столько
is.
сказок,
It knows
что
so
и
many
ночей
tales.
не хватит.
There aren't enough nights to tell them,
Долг в них всех
and it comprehends them all. Don't touch anything that comes
Да
from you.
куда мне ребенок?
Why would I need a child?
дар,
Are you rejecting my gift? As I did for the one before you,
из золота
I give you a ring of Pontic gold.
темнейший час
In your darkest
оно
hour,
дает
it will illuminate the path before
и
you,
словом ободрит.
urge you forward.
И с ним в тумане,
With it,
и в
you cannot
ночи
lose your way,
не
not in
сможешь
fog nor in night.
сняться.
Да
Nothing.
мне одно только надо.
I need only one thing,
Свободы,
freedom.
пусть волею твоей
Then may you be the teller of your own tale.
найдешь еще
You'll find some other great gift.
великий дар. Сейчас же
But for now,
совершим обряд,
Let us end the rite,
как и
as is
пристало.
proper.
Кузнец,
Smith,
что умеешь?
what can you
делать,
forge?
ковать?
Да все умею.
Anything. Will you ask for a new eye?
Мне
Me,
глаз.
an eye. Yes. Oh, Likho, you magnificent ogress, I read your book.
Скуй мне глаз.
Make me an
Хорошо.
eye.
Да есть ли
Good.
у тебя веревка?
But have you got
Надо
any rope?
связать тебя, а то ты не
I must
дашься.
tie you up or you won't
Я
keep
бы
still.
тебе вковал глаз.
I can make you an
В
eye.
моем храме есть
My temple has everything.
Полифем,
Polyphemus,
Киклоп,
Cyclops,
Лих,
Likho,
беда,
Evil,
горе,
Goria,
нужда.
Need. No matter what we do, even if we do defeat this, it's all part of the plan. I mean, us refusing her gifts, we might be afraid that she would react with anger, but that's not the case. We forge our own path. Either we become a victim, or we become another of the many before who have bested her. But the important thing is that we come away and tell the tale.
Эй, кузнец,
Hey, Smith,
тут внизу.
I'm down here. I know, I saw your indicator.
Какого беса ты
What in the
творишь?
devil are you doing?
Оно здесь
You're the
из-за
reason she's
тебя.
here.
Без всего этого не
We can't go further without all of it.
Оно тебя не
She
сожрало.
hasn't devoured you, has she?
Но
Тише,
but-
а то услышишь.
Hush, or she'll hear
Чтобы
us.
выбраться, нужно
You must complete the
завершить
rite to get
обряд.
out.
Вяжи ее.
Tie her with this for now.
Крепче поищу.
I'm going to look for something thicker. Thin cord. Okay, Likho, this is gonna hurt, and we haven't invented an anesthetic yet, so we're gonna have to tie you down.
Старуха, черопетку.
Ну-ка, бабушка,
Now then, Granny,
повернись.
just turn around. Ugh. I'm sorry I dropped that in your lap.
Ну нет, бабушка.
That won't
Это
do,
не
Granny.
годится.
That cord won't do the job. Taylor, have you found anything better?
Нашел что покрепче.
Сейчас.
Give me a minute. I love how we're like aggressively whispering to each other because she's right frickin' there.
Что за деревяшки?
What are these bits of wood? Oh, that's a 6 or a 9.
Старое дерево.
Old wood, 5.
Мило.
8. Cute.
Ишь,
And
вытаращился.
a 6 or a 9. Well, that makes things complicated. So, we've got an eye, a skull, a hand, and a lamb. 5. 6 or 9. 8's going to be the bottom. And the others are a little bit more wild card. You're either a 6 or a 9. So let's do 6, 9? No. Let's make you a 6. And you a 9. There we go. This may be the last one. Cool Molly. Oh, look at you. A many-armed horror crawling up from beneath the floorboards. A man lived beside remote waters, in lonely lands. Once, he gathered all the deer he had, harnessed them, and went away in his sled. He drove for some time and reached the road. He examined the sled marks and noticed that people were traveling only one direction along the road. For a long time they'd gone that way, but no one had ever returned. It was the divine road he drove on. He drove, and after a while he saw a wooden house. In front of the house were the sleds of people who'd come there. Just the sleds, but no deer. Was it a miracle? A house of wonders? There were footprints of those who had entered the house, but it seemed that no one ever came back. What kind of curious house was this? The man took his travel supplies from the sled, entered the house, and saw some firewood there. Just enough. He lit a fire in the fireplace. Well, he thought to himself, I'm going to take a closer look at this house. I need to look around. He reduced snow to water in the cauldron, took out some dried bones from his bag, and put them in the cauldron. Then he heard a sound coming from under the floor. Suddenly, the floorboards burst open. A man appeared. He was knee-high, rising to just above the kneecap. His shape was a soft, round ball. His face was wide, his mouth was big, and his belly touched his toes, almost reaching the floor. This was the big-bellied man who appeared before him. Ah, my boy, he said, you finally arrived. Oh, uncle, I have arrived. They greeted each other. My boy, said the round man, where are you going now? I don't have any special destination. I was driving my sled and came across a road. It brought me to this house. Uncle, what's your business here? Ha-ha, he said. How could I not come here? 'Tis a well-traveled path to here, where I get my delicious food. How could I not come? Hee-hee, one finds the tastiest food here, it seems. I usually can't help but find something delicious to eat here. Well, uncle, what's your name? Tell me. I'll tell you all right, but you might be frightened. Why, uncle, should I be afraid of a human name? Please tell me, am I really going to be frightened? And he asked several times. The little one with the big mouth said to the young man, I am the ravager of a whole village, the ravager of a whole city. I am as tall as a span. Kulamali is my name. Aha, the young man replied. Uncle, it turns out you do have a name. A good name indeed. Well, my boy, what's your name then? My name? What kind of name do I have, he said. What kind of name could an aimless drifter like me have? If you find out my name, what good will it do you? Oh, come on. I told you mine, said the uncle. Tell me yours in return. Well, uncle, say it I shall, the young man said to the uncle. My name is Last Spring, he who left one spring. That's my name. Ha-ha, my boy, this is also a good name. Last Spring, he who left one spring. You have a funny name, said the uncle to the young man. Well, what kind of food do you have there? What do you have there? It smells delicious. I'm cooking lunch. Well, my boy, will you feed me some of your delicious food? How could I not feed you? I'll feed you all right. I'm cooking enough for two. Just be patient. The young man then seasoned the brew with some flour. The food in the cauldron bubbled and boiled, with a foam cap rising out of it. Well, uncle, listen carefully. I'm going to teach you how we eat this food. Whichever guest arrived later has the food poured into his mouth by the first guest. Now, lie down here by the fireplace. Open your mouth wide, and open your eyes even wider. I'll pour the food in your mouth with my own hands. I'll feed you with my own hands. Then you'll be sated. The young man picked up the cauldron. The uncle opened his mouth and eyes. The young man poured hot food into his mouth, and burned his eyes with the hot brew too, you see. Burned by the hot food, the uncle shouted, Oh, Last Spring, he who left one spring burned my insides, burned my insides. He burned my eyes as well. The young man was listening out, and heard laughter coming from below. Last Spring, he who left one spring burned his insides, burned his insides. He burned his eyes, he burned his eyes. They laughed. With all this done, the young man put the cauldron in his bag and went outside. He pulled the reins of his sled and went wherever he wanted. This is the end. The Kulamale man is the eyeless deity of disease now, and is still alive. And that young man is alive too, and now is the deity of the upper regions of the River Ob, with its abundant fish sitting in the middle of the divine forest headlands as a golden god. A very different story. In that case, deception is entirely one-sided, and arguably unnecessary. Well, there's a much thicker rope. Thanks for coming through, Taylor.
Повернись-ка, бабушка.
Turn around, Granny. And that seems to hold you more thoroughly. Now, we need to find something more. We could try with the sickle. I don't think that's what we need. Need we not the materials to forge something first? It was always done with a hot poker in the stories. Alright, let's do this. You villain! You won't get away from me now! And now you're blind. She'll be after us, but we're not out of this. This means that we can take our time probably, right? So long as we stay out of your field. Quick, before she catches our scent. Oh, right, I forgot she could do that. She's going toward the exit to let the sheep out. This is our chance. She's blinded. Maybe this could give you the advantage. We will all be reborn. Mutilation is a mark. The fleece. To leave the temple was to return to life. I saw the shades hunting down the living animals in the faraway Sardom. From their pelts they wove new threads of life, and used them to fashion a new guise for themselves. Should you don one, the mistress of the animals would let you out of her temple. Now, each shade had not just a single thread, but a whole new fabric woven from them, a great woolly cloak, and was able to follow whatever thread they liked. This is the chief gift of the mistress of the animals. This great, newfound, stunning freedom. You will find kinship among the maimed. There may not be any way out of that. That might depend on us. But, according to the story, things are going by the numbers so far. I do wonder what would have happened had we accepted any of her gifts. We're in a starry, endless expanse.
There's
a river of fire down there. Smordinka flows between the worlds, so by traveling along it you can return to the land of the living. But the way out of the temple is guarded by Likho. We have to think of something to deceive her. I might have a wee thought. I can hear the songs of the sheep already. Way ahead of you. Consider nerves racked. There's more here. Another note. And another skeleton. There she is, guarding the exit. We are so close. Prometheus, this is my last message. I can't go any further. I can't thaw the ice of the river of fire. But my efforts were not in vain. Now I know that the all-consuming flame will follow in my steps. You must walk the ancient path to the end. Share your knowledge with the world of the living. Let the river of fire burn forever. Let the temple shine in gold once again. As for me, I can hear her steps now. The chiming bell tells of her coming. There's stuff up here. Is that a spit or a fire over a cauldron in a hut? Oh wait, 1137. It just... that's actually it. 113... Okay, there we go. Not much of a puzzle. The one-eyed ogress. Once there lived a smith, and he was walking late one evening. It got dark, and he went into a house. The house was empty, no one home. He climbed up on the stoba and waited for someone to come. Then a woman came by with some sheep. Many sheep. A whole flock she was driving. He didn't know what to do. He started thinking what to do. And she said, "I shall eat ye." Thus they passed the night. The next day the woman began to drive the sheep out. So he said, "Let me go. Don't eat me. I'll fashion ye an eye." She had only one eye, she did. "All right," she said. He made a fire, heated an iron stake, and said to her, "Open your eye." And he bashed the hot iron stake into her good eye. She screamed and went completely blind. Then she said, "That's it, ye villain. I won't let ye go in peace." Then she started letting the sheep out. So he took his fur coat, turned it around with the wool facing out, and put it on. She began grabbing the sheep one by one and throwing them out of the house. It was the smith's turn, and she grabbed him and threw him out. And that's how our smith escaped. And that one sounds very much like our tale. Oh, we've got to go down there.
Вот и станок.
Here's the
Оно
loom.
ждет тебя за той
She's
дверью.
waiting for you behind that door.
Знаю. Так
know.
просто не выпустят.
She's not going to just
Я
let me go.
сошью тебе баранью
I'll make you a fleece to
шкуру.
wear,
Но на то мне нужна их
but I'll need
шерсть.
sheep's wool.
Иди постриги
Go
их.
shear them.
Да только
But beware of
смотри,
Likho.
чтоб тебя не
She could catch you.
сцапало. Там и живые, и мертвые
There are living and
овцы.
dead sheep.
Мне нужна
I
шерсть
need the wool of the
живых.
living.
Из 30-го царства
Can't get out of the faraway Sardom in a cloak made out of dead wool.
Нужно подстричь
You need to
3
shear
овец.
3 sheep.
Из их шерсти
With that much
смогу
wool,
сшить
I'll be
руно.
able to make a fleece. But that's gonna mean going out there. Oh, hey, there's another one of those things. Come on. Oh my god, how is that? There we go. You guys have been right there all along. Sheep level, not the cow level. It's sheep now. The fleecing. All I need to do is stay away from
Мне не
you.
нужна шерсть мертвой
I don't need a
овцы.
dead sheep's wool. Oh. All of them hum a song together. This game is something else, you know that? I mean, I haven't heard anyone really talk about it. It's flown so under the radar, but this really, really deserves so much more. Ba ba ba, you valiant fool. Now you're trapped, your fate is cruel. Blinded Likho's mad as hell. You shall pay for that as well. Oh my god! What? What? I didn't realize it was a minigame. Okay. Alright, very quick mashing. And we've got it. It's just speed. More than one per sheep. And you'll let us go in peace. That's one. We need more. Where are you? Oh, she's begun hunting. I really can't just run by. The dead sheep outnumber the living by far, that's for sure. You'll feel your way around. You're slower than before. But you've got all the time in the world. Come on, Mesh. That's two. But she'll be here any moment. Oh no. Oh no. Very good smith, she says. I don't need the wool of a dead sheep. I can hear her by her bell. Always coming towards me. Oh, she's right there.
Убирайся, путь
if I have anything to say about it. We need to make it back to Taylor now. I guess both of our skills came in handy in the end, huh? Let's get out of here. Provided she's not standing in our way. Here you go.
Почти готово.
Almost done. Have some more.
Отлично.
All right. I'll make you a fleece.
Тебе шкуру. Со мной выберешься.
Stick with me. I'll get you out.
Ну, готово.
There. Wow, does it have to still have the bones in it? I'll
Портной.
take it.
Знаешь,
Taylor,
эта шерсть вмещает
this
одного.
fleece can only fit one, you know?
Может, мне отдашь?
Give it to me, maybe?
Что умолк-то?
Why are you quiet?
Что умолк-то?
I brought you here. You know what? I brought you here.
Ой, я...
Taylor,
Ладно, ладно.
Okay.
Куда мне воскрешаться?
Do I really need to
Смотри
return to
на
life?
меня.
Just
Ты
look at
меня
me.
схоронил еще тогда.
You buried me
в
back then when you
колодце.
threw me into the well.
Все-таки хорошо, что я пошел с
Nevertheless,
тобой.
it's good I followed you, you know?
Ведь жил свой царь
I made my
Кафтан.
stars captain in the end after
Вот
all.
он.
Here it
Лучше
is.
его и правда не сыщешь.
Couldn't make one better.
Ты не думаешь,
Don't
что
think
я
I'm boasting in
зря
vain.
хвалюсь. Ведь у тебя была
You had
одна
one
нить,
thread
а
before,
теперь вон
and
их
now you have a
сколько.
bunch of them.
Целый
A whole
кафтан.
garment.
Выбирай, какую
Pick whatever you
хочешь.
like.
Богатство,
Riches,
счастье,
happiness, truth.
истина.
Whatever you're
Что бы
looking
ты ни
for,
искал, на
we'll
это
find a thread
найдется
for it now.
нить. Ухватись за подходящую и
Just
следуй
grab
за
the
ней,
right
как за
one and follow
волшебным
it,
клубком.
like a magic ball of
За
yarn.
меня не переживай.
And don't worry about me.
Мы нашли его
We
храм,
found her temple,
разгадали загадки,
solved the riddles,
отыскали
found the 3
3
keys.
ключа. Многое сделали,
We've done a lot,
но я не боюсь разлуки.
but I'm not afraid of parting
Еще
ways.
встретимся.
We'll meet again
Иди и
Go.
выйди
and emerge
перерожденным.
reborn.
Прощай.
Farewell. You're a much better friend than we deserve, Taylor.
Прощай, кузнец.
Farewell, Smith. They've gathered to play us out. You've been granted passage.
Прощай, Лихо.
Farewell, Likho.
Натерпелся я от тебя, Лихо.
I've suffered much evil at your
Теперь
hands.
ничего не сделаешь.
Now you can do nothing to me.
Постой, еще
Just wait.
натерпишься.
You'll suffer plenty.
Ты не ушел.
You're still here.
Черт!
Oh no. All you had to do was keep going. And the river flows plenty. I don't even want to turn around. I know she's right behind me. It seems we were destined to make the same mistake as all those heroes before us. Well, heroes only in the sense that they saved themselves. squeeze through. You may have escaped her for now, but not for long. Something tells me she'll still have one last offering for us. Where are you, Smith? Still use a match to see. Oh, we've still got this thing, have we? Oh my god, no. There's a gate up ahead right beneath the tree. The great sacrifice.
Огромное дерево.
And here's where we'll have to make a decision. There's an open one right here. One-eyed Likho. Once upon a time, there was a smith. Well now, says he, I've never seen any grief. They say there's evil in the world. I'll go and seek me out evil. So he went and had a goodish drink, and then started in search of evil. On the way, he met a tailor. Good day, says the tailor. Good day. Where are you going, asked the tailor. Well, brother, everybody says there's evil on earth, but I've never seen any, so I'm going to look for it. Let's go together. I'm a thriving man too, and have seen no evil. Let's go and have a hunt for some. Well, they walked and walked till they reached a dark, dense forest. In it, they found a small path, and along it they went, along the narrow path. They walked and walked along the path, and at last they saw a large cottage standing before them. It was night. There was nowhere else to go. Look here, they say. Let's go into that cottage. In they went. There was nobody there. All looked bare and squalid. They sat down and remained sitting there some time. Presently, in came a tall woman, lank, crooked, with only one eye. Ah, says she, I have visitors. Good day to you. Good day, grandmother. We've come to pass the night under your roof. Very good. I shall have something to sup on. Thereupon they were greatly terrified. As for her, she went and fetched a great heap of firewood. She brought in the heap of firewood, flung it into the stove, and set it alight. Then she went up to the two men, took one of them, the tailor, cut his throat, trussed him, and put him in the oven. Meantime, the smith sat there thinking, what's to be done? How can I come out of this alive? When she had finished her supper, the smith looked at the oven and said, Granny, I'm a smith. What can you forge? Anything. Make me an eye. Good, says he, but have you got any cord? I must tie you up or you won't keep still. I shall have to hammer your eye in. She went and fetched 2 cords, one rather thin, the other thicker. Well, he bound her with the one which was thinnest. Now then, Granny, says he, just turn over. She turned over and broke the cord. That won't do, Granny, says he. That cord doesn't suit. He took the thick cord and tied her up with it famously. Now then, turn around, Granny, says he. She turned and twisted, but didn't break the cord. Then he took an awl, heated it red hot, and applied it to her eye, her sound one. At the same moment, he caught up a hatchet and hammered away vigorously with the back of it at the awl. She struggled like anything, and broke the cord. Then she went and sat down at the threshold. Ah, villain, she cried, you shan't get away from me now. He saw that he was in an evil plight again. There he sat, thinking, what's to be done? By and by, the sheep came home from a field, and she drove them into her cottage for the night. Well, the smith spent the night there too. In the morning, she got up to let the sheep out. He took the sheepskin pelisse and turned it inside out so that the wool was outside, passed his arms through its sleeves, and pulled it well over him, and crept up to her as he had been a sheep. She let the flock go one at a time, catching hold of each by the wool of its back and shoving it out. Well, he came creeping up like the rest. She caught hold of the wool on his back and shoved him out. But as soon as she had shoved him out, he stood up and cried, "Farewell, Likho. I have suffered much evil at your hands. Now you can do nothing to me." "Wait a bit," she replied. "You shall endure still more. You haven't escaped yet." The smith went back through the forest along the narrow path. Presently, he saw a golden-handled hatchet sticking in a tree, and he felt a strong desire to seize it. Well, he did seize that hatchet, and his hand stuck fast to it. What was to be done? There was no freeing it anyhow. He gave a look behind him. There was Likho coming after him and crying, "There you are, villain. You've not got off yet." The smith pulled out a small knife which he had in his pocket and began hacking away at his hand. He cut it clean off and ran away. When he reached his village, he immediately began showing his arm as proof that he had seen Likho at last. "Look," says he, "that's the state of things. Here am I," says he, "without my hand, and as for my comrade, she's eaten him up entirely." And that's the end of this fairy tale. So can we avoid this fate, or must we? I'm afraid we must.
Черт, не отцепи!
It's stuck.
Вот ты злодей.
Here you are, fiend. You won't escape.
Черт! Ой! Рассвет!
Dawn?
Что это?
What is that? I don't know, but there's no escape without a sacrifice. The accession. The voice acting in this is fantastic. You sound absolutely in agony. And destruction has come here as well.
Вот каково оно.
So
Лихо.
that's what it's like. Likho. So that was One-Eyed Likho, and in the end, the sacrifice wasn't our hand. It was the whole village. Or in a more literal sense, you went looking for trouble, for evil, and you found it. This has got to be among the most underrated games to come out this year. And I really hope this series at least helps it gain a little bit more reach, because this is such a gorgeous and intricate work of art, especially towards the end with the full choir and just everything else about it. The fact that every inch of this is just seeped in lore, and it literally paints the game. All of it with some great ancient context. And the way it ties itself in with so many stories that have been told throughout the ages. It feels properly like experiencing a fairy tale in that it's got a smallness and a simplicity that a child could understand, and yet this larger-than-life sense of scale. There is so much to read into here, and somebody who's more familiar with this side of history and folklore will probably find a lot to appreciate. I mean, you can see this game is so well researched, it even cites its sources throughout. Maybe that's our punishment, that in the end we had no one to tell this tale to. We've always got to lose something to learn something. It just felt like such a rich experience through and through. For the artistic side, for the historical side, it felt like a fairy tale in that it felt like something I've heard a million times before, and like I was seeing it for the first time all at once. I've played a number of games that were based on Slavic folklore and on folklore in general, and often those provided a great platform for horror, but this was something else. Something that is not really a dedicated horror game, though it does have scary moments and is scary in nature, and to really make the player ponder the nature of stories in general. It takes its time where it needs to, it breathes. And we just had a whole moment, and there could have even been more if we had found more artifacts, where we just stopped and listened to our friend talk about all these different artifacts we had uncovered. And they weren't part of a puzzle, they weren't necessary to get through the game. It was just to allow us to think about the things we were seeing in a more guided way than the usual, which was just kind of letting us contemplate it. And it was asking us questions too. There were so many times where it asked us what we thought about these things. And it wasn't because we were trying to change the outcome. It was just like how a teacher asks questions. It's meant to guide our thought process. This was a really unexpected gem, and if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.